Welcome to the deep dive, where we take stacks of information, all that research, and really distill it down into clear insights, just for you.
That's the goal.
And today, we're diving into something that captures the imagination, I think, for so many people. A long-term adventure by bicycle.
Ah, the classic dream.
Exactly. I mean, just take a second, maybe close your eyes and really picture this. You're out there, the wind, the feeling of movement, pedaling through rolling hills, maybe the sun setting over some town you've never even heard of before.
Yeah, the sense of discovery.
Or crossing a border. Suddenly the signs change. The language sounds different. You're exploring totally foreign lands.
Waking up in your tent somewhere quiet.
Yes, under this amazing sky full of stars. It really does sound like a dream, doesn't it? The open road, that feeling of just freedom.
It absolutely is. It taps into that deep desire for, well, exploration and maybe a simpler way of traveling.
Yeah.
This whole idea of an extended bike tour, whether it's just a few days or, weeks, even months.
Yeah.
It's the essence of slow travel, I think.
Totally. Getting really immersed.
Right. Experiencing the world at a human pace. Every mile really does show you something new, not just what you see, but what you feel.
But,
Yeah.
and here's the but, for so many of us, that amazing dream kind of hits a very real speed bump.
Uh-huh. I know where this is going.
Yeah. And that speed bump is almost always money.
The practical reality.
It's not just the day-to-day costs, like where am I going to eat, where do I sleep tonight? It's also that big looming income gap.
Right, the time you're not earning.
Those weeks or months you're out having this amazing adventure, but, well, the regular paycheck isn't coming in. That's the huge obstacle that often makes people sigh and say, maybe someday.
You've really nailed the core challenge. It's a common idea, isn't it, that you need this huge pile of cash, this massive savings account, to do something like this.
Yeah. Definitely.
But what's really interesting is that our sources for today's deep dive kind of paint a different picture, a surprisingly different one.
Oh.
Yeah, we've pulled together this treasure trove of insights. It's from all over internet, forums, articles, books, those really active Facebook groups like bike packing and bike touring.
Mm-hmm. I know those groups.
And tons of YouTube channels too. And these aren't just theories, right? These are real life strategies from actual cyclists, people out there digging it.
Proving it's possible.
Exactly. Proving these dreams can actually be reality.
Okay, well, that's exactly why we're here. Our mission for this deep dive is basically to be your shortcut.
Yeah, cut through the noise.
We've waded through all that stuff, pulled out the really important nuggets of wisdom, found some genuinely surprising facts, all to show you how you can make that dream of a multi-day or even multi-month bike tour happen.
No matter the budget.
No matter your current budget.
Yeah.
So if you're ready, let's unpack this. Let's find that financial compass for the open road.
All right, let's do it.
So when you think about any big journey, really, the first thing you need is some kind of map, right? A guide.
A plan.
For frugal bicycle touring, your financial compass, your absolute North Star, has got to be a clear, realistic daily budget.
This is cornerstone stuff. Absolutely fundamental.
It's not just some random number, is it? It's like your guide that tells you exactly how much you can, responsibly spend each day.
Yeah.
Maybe visualize it like this. Every morning you wake up and there's this small set amount of cash in a little virtual wallet just for that day's adventure.
I like that visual. A daily allowance.
Exactly. And that's your limit. Every single decision, where you eat, where you sleep, whether you buy that extra coffee, it's all guided by that number.
And what's really fascinating here is the discipline it takes to actually stick to that number day after day.
Sounds tough.
It can be, but also empowering. And it's amazing how that seemingly tiny daily limit scales up over months. Our sources, especially from really experienced global cyclists, they highlight some incredible examples.
Like, what kind of numbers are we talking?
Get this. Some really resourceful people managed to keep their daily spending down to as low as $7 to $14 a day.
$7 a day? Seriously.
Seriously. That's a figure you see mentioned on sites like World Biking Info and Boots and all, places where hardcore budget travelers share tips.
Wow. Okay, that completely changes things.
It's a total eye-opener, isn't it?
Yeah.
It shifts your whole perspective on long-term travel. Suddenly it feels way more accessible, not just for the wealthy, but for anyone willing to be, really resourceful.
It really does reframe what's possible. So for you listening, the absolute key to making this work is tracking your expenses diligently.
You have to know where the money's going.
Exactly. And this isn't just boring homework, right? It's actually crucial. Why? Because it gives you total clarity. and control.
Turns the abstract into something concrete.
Yeah, that vague idea of traveling cheap becomes this real, manageable, daily target. You literally see every cent. And that visibility, that knowledge, lets you make smarter choices every single day.
It's like having a dashboard for your trip finances.
Perfect analogy. A real-time dashboard showing if you're on track or if you need to, adjust course a bit.
And that daily budget, it's not just about tracking pennies. It's directly tied to where you decide to go, your route.
Ah, right. Location, location, location.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how dramatically your chosen geography impacts your expenses. Think of the world map as this patchwork quilt of different economies. Some patches are incredibly budget-friendly, almost tailor-made for frugal travelers. Others, well, they can be pretty pricey. They'll demand a much bigger daily spend.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting then. This is where the planning starts to pay off big time.
Definitely.
Our sources, like insights from the Really Big Bike Ride blog, they consistently point to regions like, say, parts of Asia or Eastern Europe.
Classic budget backpacking destinations, often.
Right. And fantastic for bike touring, too. I want you to picture this. You're cycling through, maybe, the buzzing markets in Vietnam, grabbing a delicious bowl of pho for less than $1.
Smells amazing just thinking about it.
Or maybe you're pedaling past old castles in Bulgaria, and a clean, cozy guest house for the night might only cost a few euros.
Why those places specifically?
Well, beyond just good exchange rates, the actual local cost of living, especially for basics like food and a place to sleep, it's just fundamentally lower.
It's not just the currency conversion.
No, it's the whole economic system, the way things work there.
Exactly. The economic factors are layered, aren't they? You've got the currency value where your home currency might stretch way further.
Yeah.
But maybe more importantly, it's that underlying local cost. In Southeast Asia, for instance, daily life just operates differently. Think about the street food culture.
Oh, yeah. Incredible.
A full, nutritious meal costs what you might pay for just a coffee back home. Or think about all those small, family-run guest houses.
Simple, but clean and friendly.
Right. Less about luxury, more about basic comfort and community. It's not just that things are cheaper, it's that the whole way of life kind of naturally supports budget travel. It gently forces you into different, often more enjoyable spending habits.
So for you, the listener, it means maybe pulling out an actual map, like a paper one even.
Yeah.
And visualizing how the economic landscape of a country really changes the game. A ride through Western Europe might be stunning visually.
Oh, for sure.
But it's probably going to demand a much higher daily budget than a similar trip through, say, Central Asia or parts of South America.
That geographical planning is step one for the budget.
Okay, now let's shift gears. Literally, let's talk about the bike and equipment.
The gear obsession.
Right. When you first imagine a big bike tour, your mind might conjure up images of gleaming, brand new, top-of-the-line everything, stuff costing thousands.
The latest carbon fiber frame, the best panniers.
Exactly. But here's the secret, and our sources are really loud about this. You absolutely do not need to splurge on super fancy, expensive gear.
Functionality over flashiness.
That's the mantra. Being gear savvy, functionality, durability, and just plain ingenuity often beat brand new or most expensive.
This really brings up an important point, doesn't it? About consumerism versus practicality and adventure travel.
Totally.
Do you truly need the absolute highest end gear? Or can cleverness and resourcefulness actually get you further? And maybe even create a richer experience along the way?
What did the sources say?
The overwhelming answer, based on tons of real-world cyclists, is ingenuity wins. For example, Traveling 2, a really well-known cycling blog, they share these amazing stories.
Yeah.
Cyclists who've successfully done huge tours on bikes costing as little as $100.
Wait, $100 for a bike to cross continents?
$100. Imagine finding a solid, sturdy bike for less than a nice meal out. And that bike carries you across deserts, over mountains.
That's incredible. It completely challenges the idea that adventure needs this huge upfront investment in gear.
It really does.
But I have to ask, $100 bike for that kind of trip, what about, durability? Maintenance? Is it just luck, or are you constantly fixing things?
That's a really good practical question, and the sources clarify it's less about luck, more about simplicity and good prep.
Okay.
These $100 bikes, they're usually not fancy, multi-geared touring machines. Often they're older mountain bikes, maybe rigid hybrids, fewer complex parts to break down.
Ah, makes sense. Less can go wrong.
Exactly. The key is you thoroughly check it and service it before you leave. Replace anything worn tires, cables, brake pads. Focus on mechanical simplicity.
And learn basic repairs yourself.
Crucial. Be proactive. Understand that a cheaper bike might need more frequent, but usually simpler, roadside fixes.
Yeah.
That actually builds your confidence and your connection to the bike. It's about function, not flash.
That makes total sense. Simplicity equals reliability, often. And it's not just the bike, right? It's about repurposing everyday stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, this is where the creativity really comes in.
And where you can save a surprising amount of money. Instead of buying specialized, expensive touring gear for every little thing, you just make do with what you have or what you can find cheap.
Get resourceful.
Imagine this. A tough, heavy-duty garbage bag. Simple, right? But it becomes this incredibly effective, totally waterproof liner for your panniers.
Keeps everything dry in a downpour. Classic hack.
Or a sturdy plastic container from your kitchen. That's your food storage. Reusable, tough, saves you buying plastic bags constantly.
This approach, it's not just about the money saved, is it? It really builds that sense of resourcefulness, self-reliance. That's arguably more valuable on a long trip.
Definitely. And beyond the bigger things like bikes and gear, it's those small, almost invisible expenses that really add up.
The little leaks in the budget.
Yeah. Our sources consistently talk about leveraging free public resources. Think of it like finding hidden water sources instead of always buying bottles.
Right. Public water fountains, for example.
Huge saver. You're not spending $2 or $3 on bottled water multiple times a day.
Public restrooms, too. Saves you paying, especially in Europe.
And libraries. Glorious libraries. Free internet access. No need for expensive data plans or hanging out in cafes just for Wi-Fi.
Rolling Existence, that's another great blog. They specifically point out how these tiny savings, they compound over weeks, months. They can genuinely extend your trip, add extra days, maybe even weeks.
It's really about changing your mindset, isn't it?
Totally. A fundamental shift.
Instead of just reaching for your wallet automatically, you pause and ask, wait, is there a free way to do this?
Yeah, is there a resourceful way?
I remember my first big trip, I must have spent a small fortune on bottled water. Just thought it was necessary.
Easy mistake to make.
If only I'd known about these hidden springs of savings. Think about it. Maybe you buy 2 bottles a day, cycling. At $2 each, that's $4 a day. Over $100 a month.
Just on water.
Suddenly, finding those free fountains isn't just convenient, it's a major budget strategy. It's like finding free bonus travel days.
It adds up incredibly quickly.
So, okay, we've covered daily spending, gear. What about the big one? Finding a place to sleep without breaking the bank.
Accommodation. Usually a huge chunk of any travel budget.
Right. But for the frugal bike tourist, our sources show it's actually one of the easiest places to save big, often using completely free options that bonus offer really unique experiences too.
Indeed. And the ultimate free lodging, the one that connects you most deeply with nature, is wild camping.
Sometimes called stealth camping or boondocking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Picture this. End of a long day cycling. Legs are tired, but you feel great. You find a quiet, beautiful spot, maybe tucked away off the road.
Hidden behind some trees.
Yeah. And you just quietly set up your tent as the sun goes down. The sky puts on a show just for you.
Sounds amazing. Pure freedom.
It is incredibly freeing. However, and this is really, really important,
Okay.
you absolutely must follow local rules and regulations and always, always respect private property. Bicycle Travelers really emphasizes doing your research. Know the local laws.
Avoid fines. Avoid awkward encounters.
Right. Be responsible. Leave no trace. And often, you need to be pretty discreet about it. Find a spot where you won't be disturbed or bothering anyone.
That connection to nature sounds incredible.
Yeah.
But what about nights when you maybe crave a roof or hot shower or just talking to another human?
But still want to keep it free.
Yeah, still keeping the budget at zero, if possible.
Well, there's a whole community out there ready to welcome you. Sources rave about platforms like WarmShowers and couch surfing.
Ah, WarmShowers. I've heard of that. It's specifically for cyclists, right?
Exactly. It's this amazing global network by cyclists for cyclists. It connects you with hosts, people who open their homes. They often share your passion. Many are tours themselves. You see tons of discussion about it on Reddit's Durbicycle Touring.
Imagine that. Rolling into a new town, tired, maybe a bit grubby, and a local cyclist offers you a spare bed, that desperately needed shower, maybe shares a meal, and gives you local tips.
It connects things to a bigger picture, doesn't it? These platforms, they aren't just about saving money. That's huge, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're really about building this unique, priceless collection of travel experiences. It's incredible cultural immersion. It's community building. Stuff money just can't buy.
So you meet real people, see a place through their eyes.
Precisely. Couch surfing is broader, not just cyclists, but offers similar chances for free stays with locals. It transforms a potentially lonely journey into this series of meaningful connections. It really shows how generosity and shared passions make adventure accessible.
And then there's an even more proactive way to get free lodging, right? Earning your keep.
Ah, yes, the work-for-stay model. Basically exchanging your time or skills for a roof over your head, like a modern barter system.
What kind of things are we talking about?
Our sources, like accounts from Sheila Daly, mention examples like helping out on farms, maybe doing a few hours work at a hostel, assisting with small chores for a family.
So like picking fruit for a few hours on a farm?
Yeah, in some beautiful rural spot maybe.
Yeah.
And in return, you get a warm bed, a home-cooked meal, maybe even some fresh food for the next few days.
Or helping with laundry at a small hostel for a free bunk.
Exactly. It's got this powerful dual benefit. One, you obviously save money on accommodation. Huge win.
Right.
But two, you get this incredibly deep cultural immersion that you just can't buy. You step behind the tourist curtain, see the real day-to-day life. You might learn new skills, connect with locals on a way deeper level.
You're not just passing through.
No, you're temporarily part of the local fabric. For many people, that's the richest part of travel.
Okay, let's tackle the next big expense. Food. How on earth do you eat enough, stay fueled, when you're burning thousands of calories cycling every day, but you're on a pauper's budget?
The million-dollar question for the hungry cyclist. Food is often the biggest daily cost, especially when you need so much fuel.
Yeah, you need energy.
But again, our sources reveal some brilliant strategies to slash those costs way down, keep you well-fed without emptying your wallet.
All right, lay it on me.
The single biggest food saving comes from preparing your own meals, period.
The kitchen on wheels concept.
Exactly. Imagine having your own tiny, portable kitchen you can set up almost anywhere. Get yourself a reliable portable stove. Pedal Power Touring mentions the MSR Whisper Light as a favorite.
Why that one specifically?
Super reliable, and crucially, it can burn almost any liquid fuel. White gas, kerosene, even unleaded petrol from a gas station. That makes it incredibly versatile, especially if you're traveling in remote areas where specific fuel canisters might be hard to find.
Gotcha. So you can cook hot, nutritious meals wherever you camp.
Right. It's way cheaper than eating out constantly. It's healthier because you control the ingredients. And you can tailor meals exactly to your energy needs for the day.
That sounds like a total game changer. But realistically, how easy is it to cook every meal on the road? Are there challenges, like finding fuel or cooking in bad weather?
That's a fair point. And yes, it takes some planning. It's realistic, but challenges exist. Finding ingredients in tiny villages can be tricky sometimes. Cooking in pouring rain isn't fun.
So what do experienced tours do?
They carry staples, rice, pasta, oats. That multi-fuel stove helps a lot with finding fuel anywhere. Many carry a small tarp or even a big umbrella to create a makeshift cooking shelter. It builds discipline, planning skills. It strengthens the whole experience, really.
Okay, that sounds doable with some practice. So cooking your own food is key. And to make buying that food cheaper...
Bulk up, save big. Strategic grocery shopping.
Meaning?
Actively look for chances to buy larger quantities of non-perishable stuff when you can. Reduces the per-unit cost.
Right.
Just like stocking your pantry at home, but for your panniers.
Right. And where should you shop?
Dave's Travel Pages, a great budget travel resource, strongly recommends hitting larger supermarkets or hypermarkets when you can. Avoid the small, often pricier convenience stores.
Better prices, more selection in bulk.
Exactly. And a key practical tip. Try to buy enough food for maybe 3 or 4 days at a time.
Why 3 or 4 days?
It balances the cost savings of buying a bit more with the weight and space in your panniers. You don't want to haul a week's worth of food that gets heavy fast, but buying more than just 1 day's worth saves money and reduces how often you need to stop for groceries.
Smart balance. Okay, now for something a bit more adventurous. The forager's feast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Utilizing nature's pantry. In certain regions, you can actually supplement your diet by carefully foraging for wild edibles.
So picture this. You're cycling down some quiet country lane, maybe a forest path.
Beautiful scenery.
And you spot your next snack growing right there, free.
Yeah.
Bikepacking.com mentions things like blackberries or wild mushrooms. Imagine just reaching out, picking a handful of juicy, ripe blackberries. Fresh, free energy.
Sounds idyllic. However, and we really have to stress this.
Okay, the warning label?
Massive warning label. Foraging requires expert knowledge. Ideally, local guides. You absolutely cannot eat anything you are not 100% certain about.
Dangerous if you get it wrong.
Extremely dangerous. The line between a tasty snack and serious poisoning can be very thin. If you're interested, do tons of research, get good guidebooks, find a local expert if possible.
Yeah.
Do not wing it. Your health is everything on a tour.
Absolutely. Safety first, always. Okay, moving from wild foraging to something more modern, using tech to find cheap or free food.
Yeah, discount food apps. The core idea is simple but powerful. These apps connect you with surplus food that would otherwise just get thrown out.
Like what?
A great example is Olio. It connects people giving away excess food, maybe from their home, maybe a grocery store, maybe a restaurant or cafe.
So like a bakery with bread left at the end of the day.
Exactly. Or a supermarket with produce that's near its best buy date, but still perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Olio connects you directly to that food. It cuts down on food waste massively, and you save money.
It's like a smart community scavenger hunt where everyone wins.
Totally. And it tackles that huge issue of food waste. So by using these apps, you're not just saving cash, you're part of a more sustainable way of doing things. A true win-win, perfectly aligned with that frugal, conscious travel mindset.
Okay. Now we get to the really controversial one.
The D word.
Dumpster diving, yes, actually searching through commercial bins for edible food. We need to do a proper deep dive into this because some cyclists swear by it, looking at the pros, but also the very real cons.
It's fascinating, isn't it? This intersection of extreme frugality and, weirdly, an environmental benefit. For some, it's almost a statement against waste.
So the pros column, what's the main draw?
Money. Huge cost savings. Bike Ramble, a touring site, points out this can provide tons of free food. And not just scraps.
Right, what kind of stuff?
Fresh produce, still packaged sometimes, perfectly good bread, packaged goods discarded just because the box is dented, or it's near a best buy date or the store just ordered too much. It can drastically cut down your biggest daily expense.
Imagine slashing your food budget to almost zero. That's potentially weeks, even months added to your trip, just from food savings.
Directly translates to more miles, more adventure. And like you said, the environmental angle is big for some. Wikipedia notes that aligns with sustainable practices rescuing good food from landfills where it creates greenhouse gases.
So it's reducing waste, living consciously.
For many, it's a powerful part of that ethos.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, there's sometimes community support.
Really?
Yeah, on Reddit's Rubicycle Touring, you hear stories of WarmShowers hosts who are actually supportive, maybe even do it themselves. It fosters this unique community around radical resourcefulness.
A subculture within touring.
Exactly. People who understand and embrace these extreme methods, recognizing the anti-waste principle behind it.
Okay, but we absolutely have to be clear about the cons. This isn't risk-free.
Not at all. Significant downsides. First up, legal risk.
Right. Is it even legal?
Generally, the act of taking discarded items from bins is often legal in many places. Technically, it's abandoned property. However, trespassing on private property to get to those bins is definitely illegal.
Ah, okay. So getting caught behind the store could be trouble.
Big trouble. Fines, hassle. The cool down really stresses checking local laws meticulously. You need to know the rules where you are.
And then the big one, health concerns.
Paramount. Cannot overstate this. Food in dumpsters can be contaminated, spoiled, badly stored. WikiHow emphasizes inspecting everything super carefully.
Smell it? Look closely?
Absolutely. If it looks off, smells off, if you have any doubt, leave it. Food poisoning on the road, that could end your trip fast. Cost you way more than you saved. Not worth the risk if you're careless.
And finally, the social stigma.
Yeah, let's be honest. People might judge. You might get weird looks, even hostile reactions.
Yeah.
Delish touches on this as an emotional challenge, too.
Need a thick skin.
Definitely. Strong conviction in why you're doing it. High comfort level with being, well, unconventional. It's absolutely not for everyone, right?
Yeah, definitely not. It takes a certain mindset.
And a clear understanding of all the risks. But for those who do choose this path, there are best practices, ways to do it more safely and effectively.
Okay, like what?
First, safety gear. Always wear sturdy gloves, hygiene and protection from sharp stuff. And carry a good flashlight for digging around in the dark.
Makes sense. Protection and visibility. And being respectful.
Crucial. Don't make a mess. Tie up trash bags again after you look. Don't damage anything. Leave no trace, just like wild camping. Be discreet, tidy.
Right. Don't give divers a bad name. What about where to look? Are some places better?
Oh, yeah. Experienced divers target specific spots. Bike Forums points out supermarkets, bakeries, cafes like Starbucks or Panera are often good bets.
Why them?
They often discard sealed items, fresh stuff just past a date, or just because of overstock. Lots of perfectly edible food gets tossed.
And timing. When's the best time to go?
Timing is key. Bike Ramble suggests going after store closes, usually around 8 or 9 p.m. That's often when they throw out the day's stuff. It's fresh, less likely to be spoiled or picked over.
It's like strategic urban foraging. Needs planning.
It really does. And the payoff can be huge. We got some amazing real-life accounts.
Yeah.
Cyclists on the Ecotopia bike tour in Scandinavia. They reported finding so much food in supermarket bins. Fruit, veg, packaged meals. It sustained them for days at a time, consistently.
Wow. Not just a lucky find.
No, a reliable source. And get this, one cyclist biking across the USA reported on YouTube they ate nearly 300 pounds of food recovered from grocery store dumpsters.
300 pounds? That's staggering. Shows the scale of waste and the savings potential.
Huge savings. Think how much longer that trip could be. And it's not just remote places. A cyclist in Portugal found good food behind a city supermarket, a Pingo Doce.
So it's possible even in urban areas.
With research, courage, perseverance, yes. These stories show extreme resourcefulness, the hidden abundance in our waste. Really challenges our ideas about scarcity.
Okay, that was a deep dive indeed. Let's shift back to gear. We talked about budget bikes, but what about all the other stuff you need to carry everything? Panniers, camping gear.
Right, the rest of the kit. And again, good news. That myth that you need super high-end, expensive stuff, our sources just keep debunking it.
You don't need to break the bank.
Nope. It brings up that question again. Consumerism versus actual practicality for adventure.
So what are the options for wheels?
Well-maintained second-hand bikes are great. Or affordable new models built for durability, not necessarily speed. The Planet Edit mentions bikes like the Ridgeback Tour, often under $1,000.
Which is still way less than some fancy touring bikes.
A fraction, yeah. And remember those stories from traveling to people doing huge tours on bikes that cost just $100?
Incredible. Really changes your perspective on what's necessary.
Totally. And beyond the bike, that idea of repurposing household heroes, your creativity turning everyday items into essential gear.
Like the garbage bag pannier liners.
Exactly. The Adventure Cycling Association gives great examples. Those heavy-duty garbage bags for waterproofing, ordinary Tupperware for food storage, keeping stuff safe and organized, simple swaps, big savings, and it builds that self-reliance muscle.
I love that. Picture it. Middle of nowhere, starts pouring rain. Instead of freaking out, you whip out a garbage bag, boom, gear's dry. Problem solved with something simple.
Clever, resourceful, adapting. And for the ultimate budget hack for carrying stuff, DIY panniers.
Making your own bags.
Yeah. Instead of spending hundreds on specialized bags, you build your own.
Wow.
Biking Biz shares an awesome example. A cyclist made perfectly functional, tough panniers from old messenger bags. Or even sturdy plastic milk crates for as little as $4.
$4 for panniers.
Can you believe it? Imagine rolling up with your custom-made gear that costs almost nothing but works just fine. It's not just saving money, it's the satisfaction, the resourcefulness, feeling truly self-sufficient.
Okay, let's put some rough numbers on this budget gear just to visualize it.
Good idea, based on the sources. A solid, secondhand, or budget model may be $100 to $1,000. Lots of options there.
Panniers.
DIY route. Could be anywhere from $4 to $50. Yeah. Massive savings.
Camping gear, tent, sleeping bag, repurposed stuff.
Focusing on essentials, basic but reliable, you could be looking at $20 to $100. Function over brand name.
And cooking equipment, that stove.
The portable stoves, like the Whisper Light, is a smart investment, usually $50 to $150. Pays for itself fast.
So you can see how a fully functional touring setup doesn't have to cost a fortune. Makes it way more accessible.
Absolutely. Removes a huge barrier for people.
Now, beyond the physical gear, one of your best, maybe most accessible lifelines is something you probably use every day anyway.
Let me guess. The internet.
Online communities. The power of shared knowledge in these spaces is just incredible. Tips, support, practical advice in real time.
It's like having thousands of mentors at your fingertips.
Totally. All sharing their wisdom. Think about Facebook groups, bike packing, bike touring. They are buzzing with people from all over.
You can ask anything. Specific regions, gear fixes, wild camping rules.
And get tons of first-hand advice super quickly. So what does this mean for you, the listener, needing that real-time help?
It means you're never really alone out there, even cycling solo. You've got this huge network of people who've faced the same stuff, found solutions, and genuinely want you to succeed.
Same for online forums, right? Like bike forums or Reddit's Arbicycle touring.
Gold mines. Super active, people share incredibly detailed experiences, budget tips, gear reviews, even those dumpster diving insights we talked about. You can search old threads, ask new questions, find answers to almost anything.
Hyper-specific info you won't find in a guidebook.
Exactly. And for visual learners, YouTube channels are amazing. Videos like that, dumpster diving across the USA, one, they give inspiration, but also practical step-by-step demos.
Seeing someone actually do it makes it feel more achievable.
It really does, like a free masterclass. How to set up a budget camp, fix something specific. It demystifies it.
And then there are the blogs, Adventure Cycling Association, bikepacking.com, Dave's travel pages.
Detailed guides, personal stories, in-depth articles on everything budget touring. Like having long chats with experienced cyclists.
So these online resources, they're more than just info dumps.
They're a dynamic support system. Practical tips, hacks, but also connection, encouragement. Proof that this budget touring thing is real and there's a whole community doing it. Your library, video archive, and global chat group all rolled into one.
Okay, as we kind of round things out, a few more quick, clever tips for that frugal arsenal.
Yeah, some bonus tricks.
First, one of the oldest forms of exchange ever, bartering.
Trading skills or services instead of cash.
Exactly. You've got energy, you've got time. Maybe locals need help with something.
Sources suggest things like offering to help with chores for a meal or a place to stay. Picture rolling up to a small farm.
Offering to help mend a fence, water plants, maybe help with harvest for a few hours.
And in return, you get a delicious home-cooked meal, a safe spot for your tent. It's not just saving money, it's authentic cultural immersion. Deeper interactions than just being a paying customer. You become part of their life for a short while.
Sounds like a really human way to travel, building connections. Another smart tip, use nature's calendar. Seasonal planning.
Timing your trip to align with natural abundance. If your route goes through an area where fruit or veggies are in season, free food, bikepacking.com uses that great example. Plan to be in the UK during blackberry season. Cycle along, free delicious snacks right off the bush. Energy boost.
Nature's fuel station.
Exactly. Takes a bit of research into local harvest times, wild food seasons, but the payoff in free, fresh food can be significant. Turns your route into an edible map.
Love it. Okay, now a serious one that comes up with extreme frugality. Insurance.
The insurance question.
Some cyclists, trying to save every penny, skip it entirely, which saves money up front, obviously, but...
That's a big risk. A potentially life-altering risk. And this raises that critical question. Where's the line between being frugal and ensuring basic safety for emergencies?
What do the sources advise?
They strongly suggest considering at least affordable, basic emergency options. Cycloscope mentions providers like World Nomads, often geared towards adventure travelers, offering flexible policies.
So it's an expense, but maybe a necessary one.
It's weighing the potential catastrophe, a serious accident, medical emergency, stolen bike, against the relatively small cost of a policy that gives you a fundamental safety net. Peace of mind. For many, that peace of mind is worth it, even on a tight budget. It's a calculated risk decision everyone has to make for themselves.
That makes sense. Wow, what an incredible journey we've taken today, huh?
We really covered a lot of ground.
We dove deep into this practical, resourceful, kind of liberating world of frugal bicycle touring, and hopefully shown that your dream of that big adventure on two wheels, it's not just a fantasy.
It's genuinely attainable. Through smart planning, creativity, resourcefulness, and tapping into that amazing global community.
We hit the financial compass, that daily budget, finding free or nearly free places to sleep with wild camping and warm showers.
Fueling yourself affordably by cooking, maybe even foraging or other methods.
Right. Debunking the myth of needing super expensive gear and leveraging all those fantastic online communities for support and advice.
Every single dollar saved, every clever hack, every bit of resourcefulness, it directly means a longer trip.
More towns, more countries, more memories on the road. Yeah. Stretching your adventure literally weeks or months longer, getting truly immersed.
So as you, our listener, pedal away from this deep dive, here's a thought. Consider not just how much money you save by using these strategies.
Yeah.
But maybe more profoundly, think about what kind of traveler these strategies help you become.
Oh, interesting. How does it change you?
Exactly. Does embracing frugality on the road shift your perspective? On abundance, on necessity, not just on tour, but maybe back in your everyday life too.
Does it make you more resourceful, more connected, more appreciative of what you really have, both on and off the bike?
Something to chew on.
Definitely something to think about as you plan your next adventure, whether it's just around the block, across the country, or who knows, maybe around the world.
We really hope this deep dive gave you the practical tools, but also the inspiration, the confidence to get out there and make that dream happen.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
and keep diving deep.